everyone, this is Big Mike here.
And the Wilburnator.
We're back after so long. I know. Last review we did was with Spider-Man: Homecoming, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a long time. So we just finished watching.
Justice League.
Yeah, we just went to Eastwood and watched Justice JLA, and to be honest, we liked it. Uh, I I can honestly say that this movie, Justice League, was the best, bar none, in terms of any DC movie that the current Warner Bros. Pretty much produced. The hierarchy right now is BS, Man of Steel, Suicide, Wonder Woman, and JLA. That's
JLA.
pretty much how it works. So, you know what? Let's start from where the movie started up with. How did the movie start anyway? I forgot.
Okay. The movie started with a flashback scene with Batman trying to do an experiment.
To be honest, I don't know if I saw that. I was probably easy eating or fixing some stuff.
Well,
Talk
it's
about that.
oh
I
yes,
don't
it's
remember.
more of when he chased the criminal down, and
Okay.
that was an experiment.
Was that a flashback scene? Okay. So
It,
this was the part where we first encountered the parademons.
yes.
Ah, okay. I did see it. I did see that because I was busy again making my food. So yeah, Batman with a thief,
The thief.
which again
He chased
the weird part here is he chased the thief down, and then the parademon was there.
a surprise attack because he wanted to lure it by using the guy's fear.
Yeah, Batman pretty much lured the parademon from hiding by using the thief as bait. But the weird thing, again, the one thing that confused me there, not only confused but weirded me out, was the fact that Batman, after the parademon died,
Mhm.
self-destruct pretty much.
It's the only time that we do see one self-destructing.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Mhm.
he left
Yes,
and he didn't arrest
the guy.
the thief.
Well, he's just a vigilante. He doesn't have the authority to arrest him.
I know, but Batman should probably at least cuff him or
Oh,
tie him up because he wasn't.
just give him a break because the thief already got through a lot. So
No.
yeah,
I know that. To be honest, this movie, to
it's
be
a strike one.
no, it's not really a strike one. It, what I'm saying is that this movie doesn't really have a lot of flaws unless you nitpick on it in terms of the overall story. But character-wise, we'll get there. There is some stuff that we need to talk about. But on that end, it's not really an issue. It's just something that is weird, especially for Batman as a character.
Or more if you are a who's an expert of Batman lore.
Yeah, again, Batman lore, but at the same time, the whole point of a superhero is to arrest criminals. He didn't do his job on that end, which is again weird.
He's just a vigilante.
Even though Batman always gets the villain, especially a petty thief like that, it's gonna be easy peasy. But moving along.
Okay. Alright, so but before we get to that one, okay, because we have to get that out of the way, we also had a moment with Superman with the kids interviewing him.
Oh my god, that was cool. That was cool for one reason. That was the first time. And again, I know Henry Cavill or Superman had some moments where he smiled at the camera, smiling for the people. BS, Man of Steel. I know, but with this is the only time I felt that Henry Cavill as Superman smiled in a way that he is Superman. Not the angsty, always trying to prove himself, trying,
The Jesus Superman.
yeah, the Jesus Superman. He's just Superman
Being a Boy Scout.
being a Boy Scout, showing that he is the shining beacon of hope, or in My Hero Academia, the symbol of peace, like All Might. That's pretty much what Superman is. Whenever Superman is there or in a situation, you all know that there is a chance of winning. And that's what Superman is supposed to
He
be.
actually made a very good case about Hope being car keys.
I don't know about the whole car keys thing, but the river thing, where about the S,
Yeah.
which is like an infinite loop, but the car keys pretty much confused me there, which I understand. It's just that why did you suddenly go there when you already gave a much more better explanation of
On the
what the S
S.
thing being hope?
Mhm.
But again, that's just being nitpicky. It's not really much of an issue. It's just being nitpicky. Because as I stated, the movie overall, story-wise, is very solid. I don't really have a problem. The villain was fine. He's not a bad villain. He's just a
Well,
villain.
he's a forgettable villain. Rohan, forgettable.
Yes, he's forgettable because, again, we all know that Stephen was just a character, was like a second in command, or not even a second in
He's
command
just a
of,
general.
yeah, a general of Darkseid. But at the end of the day, he was able to do what he needs to be.
Okay,
He
well, you
needs
have
to do.
to admit the mocap for his face is not as good as Ultron's.
Yeah, it's not, but
They're trying to do the same thing as Ultron did.
yeah, they are because again, the character is full
And
CGI.
Surtur was even better.
Sorter, really, you're comparing a person with a human face with a face that is not really human.
We'll
Okay,
get to that later.
again, that's a different review. We'll talk about that. But again, Steppenwolf being there. I think we jumped into Diana after that, right?
Yes, Diana
At the
and
bank.
at London.
Yeah, at the bank. Was that a bank? I think
No,
that
it's
was
not
bank.
a bank. It's a school.
The school. Okay, okay. So we got some terrorists, because that's what they said they are, going to a school, trying to blow the school up, and also like
Four
four.
stories.
No, 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 not 4 stories. 4 blocks. They have some sort of bomb in a case, which supposedly had enough explosive to destroy 4 blocks of the city, or pretty much a huge chunk of it. And Diana was able to save the day, going in there, all going all. Ah! Is that the right song?
No, that's not the right song.
So what's the right song anyway?
Ah, never mind. Okay, but the thing is, it actually showcased on what Diana can do on that scene, on her abilities and everything, what she can, or all of her techniques, and how fast that she can deflect all the bullets.
Reflexes wise, yeah, I get it. But to be honest, I want to be honest with you. That scene, in some capacity, didn't need to be there. Based on my, based on what I understand, based on my own
They're more,
opinion,
they're
the
milking.
reason why,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the thing. They're milking Gal Gadot. They're milking Gal Gadot. That's pretty much what it is. Because Warner Brothers know, they know their cash cow ain't Batman. Their cash cow ain't Superman. It's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman gave them the opportunity to have pretty much one thing against Marvel or and Disney, to the one up the whole superhero race thing.
A premier female superhero.
That was a good movie. As we said before, it was a good movie because the character was good. And that's just how I see that scene. It wasn't needed. It was good. I'm not denying it. I had fun watching it, but it 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 wasn't really necessary because you have 3 other characters that we got no freaking clue about. As in, zero idea who they are. Now, don't get me wrong, I know who Aquaman is. I know who freaking Flash is. I know who freaking Cyborg is. But at the same time, not everyone knows. And at the same time, this is a whole new universe of which we should be able to have a little bit of origin regarding the three guys. Now we
So
did get it. We did get an origin for the three guys. I can say,
it's more of talk and not showing.
yeah, more talk, but at the same time, they were able to pretty much inform the public or the people watching the movie where they were before in some capacity to know what their uh, issues are,
Mm.
why they're again in that current situation.
It's more of a reverse of the Avengers because if the Avengers, you know everyone, but since the Justice League has to do the opposite path because
They're catching up.
no, they you don't know who the other three are
Yeah, because
if you're a casual fan.
they're playing catch up.
Mm.
Everybody knows it. Everybody has been saying that ever since. Because Marvel already started it long before DC pretty much did their universe thing. So they're trying to catch up, and now they're making their Justice League. Eh, the sequel is gonna be interesting based on the post-credit scene, but again, that's probably something for later. I think we're on the part where Bruce is already
Aquaman.
recruiting, right?
Aquaman.
Was it Aquaman first or Barry Allen
No,
first?
no. First was Aquaman, then
Barry.
no. Um,
Barry.
no, they have to talk first.
Yeah, it was
Bruce and Diana. Yeah, Bruce and
No,
Diana.
it was Aquaman and Bruce
Mhm.
at the bar in some sort of country, right? That was the whole thing.
Iceland.
Yeah, in Iceland, and then it was Barry and no, it was Diana and Batman, and then Barry and Batman, and then Cyborg and
Diana.
Diana. Okay, yeah. So, the whole shtick with Aquaman and Batman meeting up in a pub in Iceland. Again, it
Well,
sets up.
this is the part where I felt disappointed because if you see the trailers, you just only mix and match them in order, and that's the first half of the movie.
Yeah, because it's pretty much the. Oh, okay. The first part of the movie is like a trailer fest. That's what you're talking about.
Yes, it's like
Yeah,
you're watching a trailer all in order.
true. Again, I can't deny that if that is true, but at the same time, it's still a solid movie.
It was a solid movie, but when you already watch the trailers, and that's the time I'm gonna say, oh, I felt disappointed because I thought there's something new in between, and they
Mm,
did remove some stuff. So that's the first part of the movie where you meet the Super Friends.
super friends. Oh my god. Hey, do you know what their name what their name was in the New 52 before they named themselves Justice League?
What?
Right after Justice League War,
What?
Barry said, and I quote, "Just call us the Super Seven." No kidding. They didn't name themselves Justice League first. They called themselves the Super Seven.
It's idiotic.
All right, so moving back, we got Bruce Wayne and Aquaman talking, discussing about some stuff, and then Bruce Wayne pretty much poked on the bear, talking about Atlantis and stuff. Talking about Atlantis, talking about Aquaman, and then Aquaman just bolted in, uh, took Bruce Wayne by his collar and then shoved him to the wall, saying, "Just stay out of my way. Leave me be. Leave me my own business, and just stay away." That's pretty much it. He's saying, "I just want to do my. I just want to do my. I just want to do my own thing. Just leave me
Okay,
alone."
so here's one nitpick. Who does the drawing on the wall?
Uh,
It's more like a stupid way of saying, here's the clue.
to be honest, yeah, that was something that I was
It's not.
also wondering when I was looking at the wall painting about the whole mother box thing, and then there was I'm assuming that was supposed to be Neptune rather than Aquaman, but that drawing looks like Aquaman rather than Neptune. If you guys watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. When Bruce Wayne was trying to talk out the idea of who was Aquaman, who is Aquaman, even though he knows who Aquaman is,
Yeah.
They're again, the people in the pub made it clear that they know who Aquaman is and they know who he looks like, and it's on the painting on the wall. So that's really if 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 uh, if Aquaman or Arthur was trying to keep it low profile, he's doing a bad job. Absolutely a bad job. So after the conversation, Aquaman pretty much bolted back to the sea, farts his way out, and then afterwards, Diana. Uh, was it really Diana already and Bruce? I think it was the Amazons first, right?
Yeah, so they
When
have
Stephen was introduced already.
yes,
Okay,
that
yeah,
was the first fight of the movie.
yeah, that was the first fight of the movie where the Amazons was fighting the parademons, including Steppenwolf. Uh, you're fighting.
With the mother box.
They were fighting for the mother box, trying to get the mother box out of Steppenwolf's hands, pretty much, just trying to get it away, just bolting away through the island. And to think, I was under the impression, you think Steppenwolf will really not find the freaking mother box? I think you should probably think of stepping away from the island, going the whole Diana route, going to a different country before thinking of just hiding within the freaking island. Because I don't believe that they're thinking of getting that mother box out of the island. I don't really believe that that was the thing that they were having in mind. I think they were just thinking of hiding it. That was my impression. But
The same stupid thing that the Russians did.
yeah, but again, that's pretty much it. A lot of people died there. A lot of Amazons died through the battle. It was a very good scene, to be honest. How the Amazons was fighting off Steppenwolf, was trying to.
It's just Steppenwolf squashing everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty much a squash match, wrestling terms, and the way the Amazons pretty much acted, how awesome they are. They're really cool. How they were trying to keep Steppenwolf. Well, not really keep, but more of sealing Steppenwolf from
The temple.
from the temple, right? Yeah, from the temple, bashing the wooden pillars with huge hammers. That was so awesome. And then two Amazons was preventing the stone slab from closing in so that the queen can get out with the freaking mother box. That was cool. That was really awesome. And then the whole fight, the whole chase scene with the horses, with the other Amazons trying to keep Steppenwolf and the parademons away from the queen was really cool. But again, at the end, Steppenwolf was able to get one of the mother boxes and took it away from Boom Tube. So that's what it is. And then the Amazons decided that they need help.
So they're
So
going to
they
shoot.
summoned
No, not
Diana.
No, they shut the signal.
Yeah, they shot the signal to summon Diana because pretty much the only person that can understand the whole arrow thing
Oh,
to the temple.
that's not really summoning. It's more of they just want to let her know.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Letting know in a case, summoning the idea that, hey Diana, we need help, so we're summoning you so we can get
Oh
help.
no, if you're saying summoning, she has to get to the island, but it's not.
Okay, I get the technicalities of it, but I would still say summoning because it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
So that's pretty much how it works. They
They
shot an arrow with fire, and then for some odd reason, what's that temple?
Oh, the Parthenon.
Yeah, the Parthenon, the inside of the Parthenon, it just one arrow burst into flames. I don't know how the technicalities work. If it was like magic flames, if it was, I understand, which is fine. Nothing wrong about it. Again,
Science was
you
screwed.
need to really nitpick on this movie to find any problems with it. If you guys find any problems, talk about it in the comment section. But based on what I've seen so far, it was a good movie. So moving right along, we got Diana, we got Batman, we got Arthur, Aquaman, pretty much. Now we're going to Batman and Diana having a conversation, talking about we need help because the invasion not only is supposed to start, but it has already started, and they're pretty much one step ahead of us. That's based on Diana. telling or informing Bruce. We also then was introduced to Cyborg on how and why he's pretty much like that. It's pretty much the same as the New 52 Justice League Wars and how it pretty much worked out. He was a guy who is good at sports, and there was an accident. His father saved him, used nanomachines, but in this case, he used technology from the boombox and from the Kryptonian ship of Superman, and turned him to this human.
Kryptonian key.
Yeah, yeah, a human Kryptonian key slash computer. That's pretty much what it is. That's why again, quote unquote. That's why the reason he's called Cyborg, because for some.
Okay, there's one nitpick I will have to give out. Remember in the trailer you see his face covered when he went flew in the air?
I didn't see that because again I didn't watch it in any of the trailers.
Okay, because that trailer, because he closed his mask and he only has one eye, so he looks like Deadshot. That's not in the movie.
He had something like that?
He is supposed to have something like a full mask.
Oh.
But it's not in the movie. Not in any one of the scenes. I was actually expecting he flew in the air supersonic, but there's no scene like that.
Yeah, there was no scene of... Okay, there was a scene, or there are multiple scenes where Cyborg was flying, but not really... No. Where he launched to the air. And that's it. You don't really have a scene where he's flying or a flight scene with Cyborg. You don't really see that. To be honest, there's really not a lot of flying scenes here with the superheroes. Superman, we don't see him flying at all.
We did.
Yeah, again, the same as Cyborg. He just launched to the air.
Wonder Woman jump.
Yeah, again, but no flight scene. Again, not to talk about the jet.
Oh,
If we're talking about the final fight, that's not really flying. If you think about it, it's just pretty much there, hovering in the air, punching on freaking Steppenwolf. We're talking about a whole scene where he's just in the sky, flying, doing what he's supposed to do, patrolling. That's pretty much what Superman's gig is, right? He's patrolling, moving, flying through across Metropolis. That never happened. He was just floating, especially the reviving situation. When he was revived, he was just floating there.
Yeah, we're getting ahead now.
Okay, moving back. Barry Allen and Batman. That's where it is. Go.
Okay, so if a lot of people had the problem of...
Oh, wait. Let's save that. About the situation about Barry Allen. Let's just talk about the scene. I have a lot of things to talk about that one.
Can I keep this?
That was part of the trailer. That's another part where you're talking about that the first half of the movie is a trailer fest.
Yes, and basically, if you know everything what happened in the trailer, it plays exactly out. The only exception is that they gave you a short snippet of the origin, like, okay, his father murdered the mother, but if you...
His mother.
But if you knew the TV series, or more importantly, any of the Flash stories...
Flash Rebirth. That's where it was. Because how the first origin story of Barry Allen was changed since Flash Rebirth. Because of Dr. Zoom. So, moving back.
So, you knew that it was Dr. Zoom, but they did not mention anything about that. But the point is, the father is in jail, and he actually wanted to give encouragement to Barry that he has to at least
move on with his life.
Move on, because
you can't drown yourself in the idea of sticking or trying to keep on visiting me, trying to find a way to get me out. You have to move on. That's pretty much what it is. But moving back to what you were talking about, that it wasn't mentioned, it shouldn't be mentioned. That's one thing I can say. It shouldn't be mentioned because the whole idea of how they're playing it is that Barry Allen doesn't even know who killed his mom.
Yes, but if you're a fan of Flash Meadows, you
already know where they're going with.
Where they're going.
Yeah, we know. I know because I bought Flash Rebirth. I'm a freaking Barry Allen fan. Barry Allen fan. Fast Forward, Buried Alien. I know. He was even in Marvel. As Fast Forward. Barry, you don't even know that, do you? He was in Marvel. That's how much the superhero community respects Barry Allen the Flash. He changed companies. Moving forward.
Alright. So, after that, we actually get Bruce Wayne visiting the Flash lair and also explain the costume. So at least you know,
Oh yeah, the costume, the Flash. Yeah.
he explained on what is it made of. So to establish that how smart he is, even though we don't see it that much, but it still establishes that he is a chemist and an engineer. But so this is where more of they're trying to mold their own version of the Flash. He is
Yeah.
still not a police forensic officer in this scene. He is still more like he just dropped off.
He's still not CIA or CSI.
He still dropped off of college.
He's still not crime scene investigation dude.
Okay, and there when a lot of people said that they're turning into Spider-Man, you don't really see much of the Spider-Man analogy between Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen. They're not really that close. It's more of that if I actually notice on the movie, it's kind of more of a hindrance.
To be honest, in terms of Spider-Man wise, I could probably see it because uh, Barry Allen, and again, I'm gonna talk about the character of Barry Allen a little later. Uh, he is to a point
Mm-hmm.
is like Spider-Man, but more of Amazing Spider-Man, more of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, because this Spider-Man is more of the um, shy. Uh, what's the term? Uh,
Introvert.
yeah, in, introvert, clumsy, awkward. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for rather than the other one. So it's awkward, clumsy, and not really introvert because the only introvert I could see amongst them was Cyborg because he's really shutting himself off. But yeah, that's how I see him. He's more of an Andrew Garfield rather than a Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire character. If we're saying or if we're comparing Barry Allen character to Spider Man, but that's not Barry Allen. And again, if you want to know more about that, then watch the whole video. So, yeah, we got Batman and Barry Allen talking. Barry Allen pretty much said, "Yeah, I'll join you." So they did. The whole joke about what's your power?
I'm rich.
That's pretty much where it ended. Uh, so after the whole Barry Allen thingy and Batman, we now jump into Cyborg and Wonder Woman.
Oh, right. So from this scene, there was a moment where Diana is trying to track Victor, Cyborg.
Not Victor Von Doom, even though they're kind of the same thing.
Oh, right. So Victor actually hacked, or Cyborg hacked to Batman's mainframe, so they could have a chat. So she decides to have him talk face to face in Gotham. So Star Labs is in near Gotham. Alright, so this they have a one-to-one moment where she actually talk on trying to be more open to other superhuman beings.
Or to
And
other people, pretty much.
okay,
What pretty much Dan is trying to accomplish was, again, not only recruit Cyborg in the team, but trying to get Cyborg to move on with his life because of everything that happened to him. Because he sees himself the whole "I'm a monster. I can't. I can't. I won't be able to fit in." Things like that. That's a whole shtick of Cyborg right now. And to be honest, during the whole Teen Titans, when the Teen Titans
mm,
was formed, right, that was his shtick. And God, Teen Titans.
it
Jesus.
was the more problem is that it was less mature than what Teen Titans would have done. Even though Teen Titans was even if their or Cyborg was less mature, but at least he handled the issue better on the cartoon than on the movie.
Hmm.
So that's the only one thing that I'm disappointed
And for
about.
some odd reason, Cyborg has what do the army use to jam electrical frequencies?
connecting.
No, no, no. EMP.
EMP.
Yeah, for some odd reason, Cyborg. I don't know if
Had
it.
the It's the first time that he had the ability to do a power surge.
Yeah, it's not again. It's not EMP, right? But it's kind of similar. That
Oh, it
whenever he's around, technology or anything electronic
shuts down.
shuts down, which is
That's the
weird.
only time that it happened because he was
At the
at
Batcave,
the
and not
Batcave and
nothing.
nothing happened.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, that was kind of weird because when he left Diana, when he flew away,
Mm.
all the lights from the city is pretty much turned on.
So that's not EMP.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying it's EMP. That's why I was a little hesitant in saying it was EMP, but it's kind of similar because what EMP does is shuts down electronics.
Well, it's more of a power surge than
Yeah,
because I think it's more of absorbing the electricity on the area since he was a cyborg.
how does it do it? But that's nitpicking. That's nitpicking on situations where we can't understand.
Because he's not consistent.
Cyborg not consistent.
Mm.
You have to talk. You have to talk about that a little deeper because for me, he's fine.
No, I mean his powers.
His power is pretty much he's a cyborg.
Yes, but more of how he works. We don't really get much of
Well,
this.
the whole thing about Cyborg is
He's improving.
he's, for a lack of a better term, evolving every day. His entire body is transforming every day. Because as he stated during the part where he was talking to his daddy, yesterday I wasn't able to do this, but now I can. He's suddenly shown his dad that he's able to hover on air. He was able to fly pretty much. That's what he's shown, and he said he didn't. He was not able to do this yesterday, but come to find out after I wake up, I'm now pretty much floating on the air, pops. What's happening to me? What did you do to me? That's pretty much the whole shtick of Cyborg. Now after that, I think we now jump into Arthur Curry after saving that fisherman. I think.
Yes, and now he went to
Atlantis
Atlantis.
because he found out that, or he's, yeah, I'm assuming he already felt that Steppenwolf
Is
is
coming.
coming. And damn, that thing was cool because we were introduced to one of the badass woman in this DC today, which is
Moira,
the
the Queen of Atlantis.
and future
Wife,
of
Aquaman.
the two badass characters of DC, Aquaman and Moira.
Moira.
Damn! Steppenwolf again was able to beat all of them. Was able to get the mother box, but the whole idea or the whole thing that Moira being introduced and how she was introduced was pretty cool. It was solid. We found out what her shtick is, what her gimmick was, what was her ability, which I'm pretty much aware about it before because again I do read comic books. We were shown how she's able to manipulate water. And for crying out loud, they're underwater. Let's see how the DCU is handling it. I'm safe to say that they're doing a pretty good job so far of handling the whole Aquaman situation or the whole Aquaman lore. Even though Arthur Curry is a little millennial for me, because for me, Arthur Curry or Aquaman is supposed to be stoic, but again, he's a fun character. And oh yeah, for any guys who are thinking that Aquaman will be stoic on this, sorry, you're gonna get Thor on this. This guy is Thor all the way. Even though he's Aquaman, but he's gonna be Thor all the way. That's pretty much how it is.
He's more modern than
Yeah, he's more modern.
because he knows what's going on rather than
Yeah, because again, Aquaman's whole how Aquaman operates is pretty much less talk, more punching. That's how it is.
he's a bar brawler.
Yeah, because he's an entire wrecking crew. Again, you don't mess with Aquaman. He can go toe to toe with Supes. He can. We all know it. He's not only a guy who talks to fish. Even though that joke has been mentioned in the movie like 3 times or twice. Twice. By the same person! By Bruce!
But the only weird thing is Bruce was genuinely interested.
Yeah. So, after the whole shtick where they got their ass whooped by Steppenwolf,
Well, it only took two people to at least go toe-to-toe with Steppenwolf in Atlantis than with the Amazons.
yeah.
It took two Atlanteans.
No, not to Atlanteans, because there were still guards there. The guards help.
Mhm.
The guards help. So, we can't diss on the Amazons.
Except the Amazons, everyone was awesome, and this one, okay. They
Yeah.
didn't do as much as effort as needed.
Well,
They
because
want
there
to.
were only a few of them there. It was only Moira and probably what 4 or 5 guards compared to an entire army of Amazons. But I digress. After the whole shtick with Aquaman,
There will be an explanation of why the three mother boxes
yeah,
are important.
it's pretty much Diana explained to the whole group uh, what these mother boxes are, what their purpose is, how they're going to be used, and why it's dangerous for them, for the 3 mother boxes to be together. And the whole idea that the gods, the old gods, Zeus, Artemis,
Yes.
and the other gods are there, and the Atlanteans, the humans, and the Amazons also work together just to get Steppenwolf out of the earth. Not only that, we got a small tidbit or a glimpse of a Green Lantern. 2 of them. I'm assuming there are 2 Green Lanterns. One of them died, which the ring flew off, and it's gonna be, looking for a new host or a new bearer. But the thing is, we have a Green Lantern. It's confirmed, which it's already been confirmed a long time ago. But in this case, they're really pushing the idea that there will be a Green Lantern.
They're more of saying that, hey guys, we still haven't forgot we have a lantern.
Yeah, even though all throughout the movie, that's the only time that you're gonna be seeing a Green Lantern. Um, but other than that, after the whole story, after the whole conversation, they made up. They made up with JJ. Yeah, with JJ. James. Uh,
Gordon.
no,
Gordon.
no, I will not accept it. That guy ain't Jim Gordon. Is Jameson. Is Spider-Man Senator.
He almost actually gave. Oh, want to see this, guys? Get him.
God, Disney, MCU. He's willing to be back as JJ. Get him! Get him! Sony, he was under your payroll before. He's the best JJ out there. Just get the guy already.
They don't want pictures of Spider-Man. They want more pictures of Batman.
So again, the whole shtick about them at the rooftop, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Batman. It was pretty much just a meeting to discuss on what they need to do, what they have to do to stop Steppenwolf. Now we are now introduced to the second part of the movie, where well, not the whole Justice League, but pretty much only Diana, Cyborg, Flash, and Batman was fighting off parademons, saving people that were kidnapped by the parademons and Steppenwolf to get more information on what they found out about the whole world or what pretty much they did to the mother boxes. That's pretty much how it is. So pretty much they kidnap people from Star Labs. That's how it is. Now, um, we're introduced to some new toys from Batman. The Nightcrawler. That's for me a new Bat Tank. Uh, we're being shown that Barry doesn't really have full control over his powers.
No, it's more full confidence.
Yeah,
He can actually do Quicksilver-like effects.
yeah, but he's clumsy. He's clumsy as hell.
He's
He
clumsy.
trips.
Oh yes, he trips. But the point is, he was more afraid because it was his first time gig, being in a superhero group.
Well, yeah, again, I get that, but again, the whole shtick here is we're introduced to the capabilities of every single person or other. again, we're pretty much being given an idea on how or what will the other members be able to contribute to the team. So Cyborg did his stuff, all his laser stuff. Barry Allen did all of his running, which is cool. I'm just really not a fan of all the sparks. Again, I like the lightning effect. I'm just not a fan of the sparks. That's pretty much what it is. Again, Steppenwolf beat their asses. Aquaman tried to save them, was able to at least give them some time to get back on the Nightcrawler, and yeah, they moved on. They tried to find another way, and their solution is bringing back the dead to life. So they,
Just it's like being a defibrillator.
yeah,
It's a exaggerated version of
a defibrillator.
a
Yeah,
defibrillator.
again, but the thing is, it's a I'm
It's a kind of a cop out.
yeah, it is a cop out because the only way for us to get Superman back
It's just to get his heart running.
by means of using the mother box and Flash producing enough kinetic energy and giving providing that energy to
To
the
the
mother box.
box. Okay,
And
so
the way it was handled is like the same situation with Doomsday. That's pretty much how it works. Um,
the only exception is there's no blood getting into him.
yeah, there was no whole shtick about Superman turning into a monster. Uh, Superman didn't become a bad guy. He was just a confused person who was dead and was revived all of a sudden. That was pretty much how it worked, and it pretty much whooped everybody's butts out there. Aquaman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Flash, Batman.
If anyone actually who really watches superhero movies, it's like the deleted scene version of Vision in Age of Ultron, where Vision whops everyone.
Yeah,
You already seen that scene?
yeah, I did.
So it's kind of like that. So they're now saying, okay, we can do
A
this.
much more extended version
Yes.
because the fight lasted for quite a while until the time that
Secret
Superman grabbed Batman by the jaw, not even the throat, by the jaw, trying to crush his jaw. And he said the same line that Batman said to him back on BS. Do you bleed? And then Batman, as he was saying, he had a contingency plan if ever Superman goes awry, and he did. And he said he'll bring out the big guns,
Mhm.
and he did. The only thing is, which is for me, I'm just being who I am. I don't really see the big guns from Lois Lane. They're not big, but she is the big gun for to stop Superman from going old bonkers. But again, being nitpicky in a very green way, I don't see the big guns from Lois Lane whatsoever, both front and back. Just saying, just saying. So we got Superman back. He's pretty much back to normal. He's talking to Lois Lane. Get back, saying that I'm happy that you're back home, but I need to send you off again because Bruce is all shaken up and he needs your help. And I like this scene. Why? Because we finally have Superman. It's not the BS Superman. It's not the Man of Steel Superman. We finally got Superman, the Boy Scout, the guy who says, "Yes, ma'am, I'll do it. Radio, I'm
Literally,
headed for it."
so basically, what happened is that the BS Superman is dead for good.
And we got the Boy Scout.
They revived the Boy Scout.
Which I'm very happy about. Why? Because it again, he smiles a lot in this movie, and I love it. I like it. I like the idea that again Mark Cavill is smiling a lot for his role here as Superman, which is cool. I really love it because this is what Superman is. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, again, not really the beginning of the video, but I would say part of the beginning of the video, Superman is the shining beacon of hope. Whenever there's Superman, everybody knows that there's still a way to, get out of this obstacle. So that's pretty much the whole shtick about Superman with Lois Lane. Um, as they said, there was no hiding that Superman will be back anyway. But people were expecting we're gonna get Superman as a bad guy. I was also expecting that, to be honest. I was even thinking that probably he was Steppenwolf. You know, Darkseid stole his body, turned him into Steppenwolf. I was under the impression that was gonna be the thing, but okay, sure, not a problem. Again, story wise, everything was solid. Just nitpicking some stuff. That's pretty much it. And now after the whole Superman kicking everybody's butts, the Justice League, for what they're worth, decided to invade Russia because that's where Steppenwolf got all the mother boxes, all three of them, and tried to unify them to morph the Earth. I think that's the whole shtick there, or destroy it. But
Yes, that's we almost got a light beacon from the skies. Oh, we
no, no, no,
we did get it.
no, yeah, in a way, for a transporter, but at the end, it's not really how it's going. What they're trying to do is like the whole ego thing with Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah, okay,
right?
but still, it's the usual. Oh, right, there's a light in the sky beaming down, and boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, because again, that's where Steppenwolf and the Parademons came out. But that's all throughout the movie that showed up anyway. But the whole thing is, what they're trying to do is like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy, where Ego was trying to turn every single planet into him. It's just pretty much reforming the Earth. That's what they're trying to do. That's what the unification of the mother boxes can do. So we got the final arc. Wait, oh, sorry, not the final arc, but the final fight. Superman was there. Everybody's kicking Steppenwolf's ass. A lot of comedic situations between Barry and Superman, and again, that's pretty much how it is. The Parademons killed Steppenwolf. That's pretty much how it pretty much ended. Because Steppenwolf was afraid of the Justice League, and the Parademons smells fear, which I think is going to tie in with Sinestro Corps. Sinestro Corp, because the whole shtick with Sinestro was about fear, and I really think the Sinestro is going to be a big thing. If not, I would go bonkers on this, because the Parademons are glowing yellow. Sinestro is yellow, guys. So if they're not going to go that direction, I don't know why in hell are the Parademons attracted to fear. How? Why? But yeah, that's how the movie. That's how it is. The movie ended with Bruce Wayne and Superman talking to each other. Superman's asking Bruce Wayne, so
Don't forget one nitpick.
what?
Remember the fight between Superman and everyone that they left the box behind?
Ah, yeah.
They left the
Because
box.
after the whole shtick of Superman reviving and get whooping the ass of all the Justice League members, Superman left with Lois Lane, go back to Kansas, and they left the mother box at Star Labs, where Boombox appeared, and Steppenwolf grabbed a hold of the mother box.
And they said that, oh well.
Oh yeah, they just said, oh well, we can track them anyway. So what the hell?
And they gave the excuse of, there's going to be an energy surge anyway, so we'll know where they were. And that's actually the most legitimate fuck up.
For me, the most legitimate fuck up was Batman leaving the thief on the roof.
Alright, so those are two real nitpicks.
Kind of major nitpicks. Now, again, the movie ends with Bruce Wayne and Superman talking
Heart to heart.
heart to heart. They're now becoming best friends. Yay! And Superman was saying, "So, how did you get the house back from the bank?"
I bought the bank.
And the reaction of Superman or Clark Kent hearing that was priceless. That was good acting from Henry Cavill there. So you just bought the bank? Well, that was cool. That was cool. So, post-credit scenes. Post-credit scenes. I love the first post-credit scene, and I hated the second one so much. I love the first end credit scene because it showed Superman and Flash doing a race or having a race. Who's the fastest? Flash or Superman? And Superman's cheating! He's cheating! He's not running, he's flying! He's supposed to be running!
Okay, so we already got to the 50-minute mark, so we're going to take for a break for a bit, and we're going to go with the major nitpicks of the movie and how will we recommend it. So stay tuned.
Alright, so we just took a little break. Now, we're gonna talk about some characters here. The rest of the folks, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, we're not even gonna talk about them
Because the Trinity was perfect.
yeah, they were okay. They were good. Because again, Gal Gadot, yeah, she was fine. That was okay. That was
And
cool.
Rick at least finally got Superman to heart.
Yeah, and pretty much Ben Affleck was just
Being himself.
hammering it in. It's not. I don't really see it as acting anyway. So that's how it is. The Trinity is fine. Now we're gonna be talking about the rest of the guys. I'm gonna. I'm gonna leave Aquaman to you, and I'm gonna leave Cyborg to you. I'm gonna probably share things about Cyborg, but Aquaman is yours.
Okay.
I got a big problem with Barry Allen. I'm a Barry Allen fan. I'm a Flash fan, true and true. This guy's a Flash fan, but on a different Flash character. Now, I know, you know, that the Flash that we have on this one is Barry Allen. On paper, it's Barry Allen. The name is Barry Allen. Even though the race ain't Barry Allen, even though his hair ain't Barry Allen, because Barry Allen's a blondie, I don't really have problems with racial changes in terms of superheroes. But the point here...
He's still Caucasian.
Yeah, he's still Caucasian, but the whole problem here is that character of Barry Allen. We already have Barry Allen in the Flash TV show. That's Barry Allen on their end. He's serious. He's a... Again, I don't know. Is Barry Allen in the Fox movie? Is that Fox TV show?
No, that's CW.
CW is he a forensics guy already there?
He once works with forensics, but he works with Star Labs.
So he's not a forensics guy there still.
Not full. No.
Okay, so again, going back, Barry Allen's shtick was that he was trying to get his dad innocent. Because he knows his dad wouldn't have killed his mama. Alright? That's Barry Allen's whole shtick. That's his origin. Cool. But that ain't Barry freaking Allen! The characters all swapped up! We got Barry Allen's origin on freaking Wally West. Now, I don't have a problem with Wally West. Wally West is a great character. A good Flash. An awesome Flash. That's the whole reason why Wally West was the Flash of the 90s. Was the Flash of the Justice League animated series. Unlimited. And pretty much almost all the Flash Justice League movies. The whole reason why Wally West was there. Because Wally West was a good replacement for Barry Allen. When Barry Allen was supposed to have been dead after Infinite Crisis. But this is a full 180 of the character of Barry Allen, because that ain't Barry. Barry Allen is a very serious character. He's pretty much a black and white guy. He pretty much sees everything as, you're a bad guy, I have to stop you. You're a good guy, I have to keep you safe. That's how Barry Allen is. He doesn't crack a lot of jokes. He cracks bad ones. Like, gonna be back in the Flash.
So
that's his shtick.
Ironically, that Flashpoint is the only one that got Barry Allen right. The animated Flashpoint.
Yeah, the animated Flashpoint. But in this one, again, as he said, the movie is not really a bad movie. It was a good movie. Story-wise, it's great. I just really have a big problem with the characters of well, the new characters here, because as I said, if you want to find problems with this movie, you have to nitpick on it. And me, I'm already on a situation where I'm nitpicking, but at the same time, I'm really, really annoyed at the idea that they're giving us Barry Allen. They're trying to say that we're getting Barry Allen, but they're giving us Wally West. You're giving me a different character here, guys. DC, you're lying to me.
But don't get us wrong. We don't hate the character.
Yeah, I don't hate the character. I don't hate the character of Barry Allen here. It's just the idea that we're not getting Barry Allen on paper. You should have just used Wally West,
And we would forgive you
because that is absolutely fine.
because
Because at the end of the
did a
day,
good job.
yeah, he did a good job. And at the same time, in the Justice League animated series, we know that Barry Allen was supposed to be the first member of the Justice League. I know it. We all know it. But at the end of the day, what the Justice League animated series used was Wally West. They didn't use Barry Allen. They used Wally West because we know, all the people know, everybody knows that Wally West was the replacement of the Flash during the 90s. And that made sense. And as of right now,
They're doing it all over again.
it doesn't really bother me, or it wouldn't be bothering me. It wouldn't be bothering anyone because everybody knows who Wally West still is. Everybody knows who he is. Even if we know that Barry Allen took out the mantle again with the Flash, we all know that, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, that ain't Barry. That's freaking Wally West. Dudes, respect your characters. If you want us to love the character, give us the real character. Give us the true name, the true nature of the character. Now, I know the reason why they used the name of Barry Allen for this Flash. You know why? Because Wally West doesn't have an origin story as grounded as Barry Allen. His parents didn't get murdered. He didn't. His mom didn't die. His father didn't get to go to jail because of a crime he didn't commit.
He just got an accident.
Yeah, he was just on the same situation as Barry. Got struck by lightning with the chemicals, and that's pretty much it. And he became Kid Flash, the sidekick of Barry Allen. Then afterwards, when he became the Flash, all the tragedies of Wally West happened. That's pretty much what it is. But at the end of the day, origin-wise, he doesn't have a solid story to dehumanize him for him to be relatable. Barry Allen does. And I understand, and that's pretty much what the whole shtick is on why they use the name of Barry Allen for this character rather than Wally West. And again, great, but at the same time, it really ticks me off on giving me my favorite DC character, which is Barry Allen, and you're giving me a different character out of him. That's the only thing that I'm really, really mad about. But again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad.
We're not mad at Ezra Miller. We're not mad at his performance because he was one of the actors who actually do care about the project. But okay, so if all right, we won't watch this, but if there is anyone who says that we're pissing him off, don't say it.
We're not. It's just the whole shtick.
It's the writers.
As a DC fan here, as a fan of comic books, as a fan of the Flash here.
The only reason why they are doing this is because that, hey, I can write the Flash, and people said, oh, you're writing Wally West. Oh, I grew up with that character. That's not Barry Allen, so it's more of the confusion. So I think that's what's going on with the writers is that they want to write Barry Allen, but what's on their head is
It's Wally West. Because that's where they grew up with. Because the 90s Flash is Wally. His favorite Flash is Wally West, and I understand that. But I like Barry Allen, and if I'm gonna get Barry Allen, I need to get Barry Allen. Because again, it's a nitpick, but as a fan, it's a bit of an insult. Just getting that away. So, for you guys who are going to be watching this movie, we recommend it. Absolutely. We recommend this movie. You would like this movie. If you don't, we understand probably the situations why you would not like this movie. You're probably a very huge nitpicker. That's one thing I could say. Because so far, everything's fine. It's a solid story. Characters are okay. It's just that there are some characters that I'm really pissed off because I didn't get the character that I got on paper. Because I am a Flash fan. I might not have the comic books, all the comic books in the background. I might not have all the toys. Except for this one. And this is the only bobblehead of Flash that I have. And this is the only bobblehead so far that I got from McDonald's. And he's the first one I got because I love the Flash. The Flash is a very underrated character, but he is a great character, a great superhero, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful of all, in terms of the Justice League. That's out of the way. Aquaman.
Alright. So we not actually may not have the same energies what we have for Aquaman. Alright, but we have a lot of nitpicks more of how they are writing him. Because, for once, all the actors are, well, except for Ben Affleck, which is hamming it up, they do well. And Jason Momoa is wanted to be at least it's more saying he wanted to entertain a lot. He wanted to show that you don't have to go to Marvel. He wants to prove that as long as you are doing the superhero genre and you're sticking your guns in, you're good. It's just that I think that the people who made or who write this movie don't even know what to do with him. They're turning him to Thor. They're turning him to a drunk. They don't even give him that much personality, except for the one best scene that we have is when he confesses on how he was scared, and that's the only time we actually get a development for Arthur Curry.
The whole reason why he even said those words was because the lasso of truth.
Estia.
Yeah, the lasso of truth, pretty much. The lasso of truth was tied to him by Diana without him knowing. On his foot, I'm assuming.
No, he held it.
No. It was tied up to him.
No, he realized he was holding it. He didn't realize he was holding it, so he was compelled to hold it because that's the power of the lasso. You're compelled to hold it because if you see, his hand is the one that's actually holding it, not the foot.
So pretty much
he was duped.
No, because he grabbed it on his foot. That's how I saw it. But again, if he was grabbing it or it was on his foot, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he got duped. That's pretty much what it is.
He got duped.
That was a funny scene in the movie, and followed up with him threatening
Flash.
Wally. I'm not done with that. I'm done with my part. But that's... Say the joke.
He's gonna chase him with a lot of piranhas.
Or, again, how he said it was, don't you ever tell or speak about this again if you don't want to meet all the piranhas I know. I didn't... the only thing I heard was he was gonna kill every one of us.
Well, that's the problem of his character because they don't give him much of the respect. Not in terms of how he acts. It's more of he needed a lot more scenes because you couldn't connect with him that much until that part. And that's disheartening because they gave it a lot to Wally. They gave it to Cyborg, but from a guy who's clearly wanted to stick up to DC, they didn't give him a lot.
Yeah, they didn't give him a lot to work with. He's just, to be honest, he's just eye candy for the ladies. Again, it's not really a problem because they really need to get at least the latest demographic out there. But at the end of the day, that's pretty much what Arthur Curry's role here is just to be eye candy for the ladies who are going to be watching this movie. That's pretty much what it is. Because he has a lot of shirtless scenes here. I mean, a lot. So if you ladies are looking to get some Aquaman shirtless scenes here, you're going to get the whole platter, a buffet of muscles, tattooed muscles of Aquaman. But, again, it doesn't really bother me. But at the end of the day, we got Aquaman acting as Thor. That's the whole thing. That's
Okay.
how it is. And
Okay, so all right. So we are going to make it out of the way, and let's talk about the odd man of the room.
odd man, not really odd man, but I get where you're coming from. We're gonna talk about Cyborg. Now I'm gonna let you go with Cyborg too. If I have anything to say, I'll just say it. But yeah. Again, Cyborg's a good character, but I know the reason why they chose Cyborg based on what I've seen, and this is the whole New 52 thing as well, because Cyborg became suddenly
A member.
no, one of the I'm looking for the word, one of the first members of the Justice League, even though he wasn't supposed
A
to be one.
pioneer.
Yeah, the pioneer member, even though he wasn't a pioneer member, because Cyborg was a Titan, a Teen Titan before he became Justice League. But that's nitpicking. But at the end of the day, his purpose in the movie had purpose, and he was used correctly, New 52 style. But again, the way they handled him, wow. Go,
All
go.
right, so if you're watching the Justice League cartoon or the animated series,
Hmm.
he's pretty much a replacement for John
Yeah. Which John?
Stewart,
You're talking about John Stewart.
the Green Lantern.
I don't really see that.
But the dynamic of between him and Barry.
Yeah, I know. They're using that in terms of in terms of the JLA animated series. I know. They're using that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go into that part of Cyborg and Barry Allen. Oh, sorry, Wally West. Wally West having this some sort of connection.
Yes, they're digging the grave.
Yeah, they're doing great. They named themselves. They dubbed themselves the,
Accidents.
which was cool. I really like the idea because, to be honest, both of them got their abilities through accidents. Cyborg became a cyborg because he was in an accident where he lost his arm, his legs, and pretty much probably dying, and his dad saved him. And Barry was just pretty much struck by lightning.
Struck by lightning with chemicals.
Going back, move forward with
Okay.
Cyborg. Go.
Okay. So the thing about if you're used to the loudmouth cyborg of the Teen Titans, he's not much of a loudmouth here. He was very stoic.
Not, what I can say is probably not yet, but based on what we saw in the ending,
They're about to go there,
hmm
but I think it's more of because that he's not really opening up to everyone, and that kind of cheapens it out if you're a Titans fan.
yeah, but they again, don't get me wrong, Titans fans, don't get me wrong, Teen Titans fans of the cartoon, they're gonna eat you up on nostalgia at the end of this movie. Booyah!
It's Fuya.
One more time, 1, 2, 3. Booyah! He said it. He said at the end once they beaten Steppenwolf. Booyah! Oh, when I heard that, I blew up. I pretty much said, "Oh, damn you, Warner Brothers! Damn you! You're using Teen Titans here. I know. He knows. We didn't get the JLA. We got the JLA and the Teen Titans here. We got Wally West and Cyborg with the rest of the Justice League. This ain't JLA. This is team up between two teams. A part of the team and a part of the team. Hell! New 52 my ass. We didn't even get. We got Green Lantern, but we didn't get any Green Lantern. Hell! Post-credit scene. Let's go there. Let's go to post-credit scene. We got Superman and Barry, Wally West racing.
Mhm.
But one thing I like about that was the idea of Barry Allen and Superman just having a good time. And another thing I liked about that is Superman's costume after the whole shtick with JLA, the post-credit scene. His costume was great. Why? It was bright blue. It wasn't depressing. That was great. I love that. And again, it was just It was just Wally and Clark just talking, saying that if I win, you're gonna treat everyone brunch. And when Wally just said, if I win, I can tell everyone, right? That's pretty much what it is. Now, we're gonna talk about the last post-credit scene.
Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
We got reintroduced to Lex Luthor. Now, first of all, we went back to the prison. They were taking out all the prisoners for some sort of reason, and Lex, we pretty much focused on the prison cell with Lex is. It was turned. It was we were showing his back pretty much, his bald back, but when he turned around, that ain't Lex.
No, I thought it was a change of actors, but suddenly.
Yeah, it was under the impression too. My God! Oh my God! They changed the actor. Oh no!
Oh.
Lex escaped prison. Is on a cruise ship. Is on a ship, and Deathstroke was there.
Slade, their go-to bad guy again. He's already a go-to bad guy in Arrow. He's a go-to bad guy in any of the Arkham video games. They need an evil dead dead. Alright, they need someone with two swords who doesn't crack jokes.
Who's not a JLA villain?
He's a Teen Titans.
No, he's a Titan villain. Teen Titans and Titan villain. He was introduced in Teen Titans. He was a relentless killing machine who wants to get rid of Dick Grayson, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire.
Don't forget Donna. And Wally.
Ah,
And Jericho.
his son?
Yeah. Alright, so the actor choice. I'm not familiar with the guy. But they did have a mask reveal in the same scene, which is okay, you're not going to give us a suspense on getting a good actor or getting someone that we might be familiar with. Forgive us if I don't know who it is, but
To be honest, I'm under the impression probably it's the same actor as the one at CW, Arrow. But at the end of the day, if they're going to do that, then people will say, why didn't you get the Barry Allen from that TV show instead of getting a new one? So that's one thing that is also kind of pissing me off. If they use the same actor from the TV show for this Deathstroke, fuck you.
alright, so that's the thing is they're going to make an Injustice League.
Which for me is kind of a bit of a sidetrack, because Steppenwolf is a guy is a guy from Apocalypse,
The Fourth World.
the Fourth World, where Darkseid is.
So they're doing a possibility that they wanted to create a similar feel, but not entirely copycat of Age of Ultron, where the first event is an alien invasion event, then on the second is a grounded Earth conflict.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They're trying to do Civil War. No, they're not really.
They already crossed it off.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the point here is they're trying to do a team versus team situation where we can get a 1v1 for each character. Fine, I don't really have a problem with it, but at the end of the day, you suddenly sidetrack yourself on a continuity that's pretty much looking to be established, where we're headed for Darkseid War. But then you jumped ship and said, oh, hey, we have this other story. Justice League versus Injustice League. Because that's what Lex was talking about. Hey, they're making they're making their own league. I think we should also make our own league. Our Injustice League. When I heard that, I was like, oh, you've already established boom tubes, mother boxes, parademons. It would be the best thing to do if you are going with the idea of setting up Darkseid.
Because if you that killed a potential Superman movie or potential Batman movie.
Now, yeah, I can understand that probably they're saving that up for Superman because Superman and Darkseid are nemesis. They are the two people who pretty much fight each and every day. But at the end of the day, Darkseid is a JLA villain because he is a great threat. Superman can't beat him on his own. We all know that. Hell, Batman had to kill him with a gun.
That's not enough.
So again, there are problems with it, but it's not even within the movie, or it's not even the movie itself. It's just some characters are not who they are, and the post-credit scene, the last one, was
A downer.
a downer because we
Well,
weren't.
no, there's a very positive one that shows that hey, we can play this up, and suddenly,
Yeah, we can have fun.
uh,
DC can have fun too.
DC can have fun, but suddenly, we're showing that okay, let's give him a downer. Then it's not becoming a hype.
Yeah, we're not hype within Justice League because we saw where you were supposed to go, but then pretty much what happens is you grabbed us by the balls, and then for some odd reason you gave us blue balls. You dropped it, guys. You dropped it. The hype was there. We were expecting Darkseid. We were expecting, oh my god, we're going cosmic here. We're going to the cosmic realm of the DC universe. We're going there. We're going there. Oh, wait a minute, Justice League. We're focusing on Earth. I got no problem with that if that's where you pretty much did it, but no, you didn't. So, guys, that's pretty much our Justice League review here. If you guys like this video, again, like the video. If you have anything to say about Justice League or have anything to say about what we said here, put it down in the comment section below. If you want to get more content from us, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified. Have a great day. Have an awesome week. Too sweet to everyone.